Hello, great people. How are you? My grade 9 learners. I hope you are doing good. Soldiers, we don't sleep, ne? We work until we win the battle. Okay. Today, I want us to look at difference of two squares. But if you have not subscribed the channel, hit the subscribe button, that red button, okay? Okay. Now, we are looking at difference of two squares. The first one, if I have something like this, we have already talked about difference of two squares in class. This is the addition. Okay, good. Now if I have a minus b into bracket means what? Times, né? Then bracket a plus b, so it means it's like a minus b times a minus b. When you have something like this, remember we learned how to expand this one, isn't it? You know, a times a squared, a times b, ab, minus b times a is minus ab, and minus b times b is minus b squared. We did this in class, so I'm not talking much about that. Alright. Okay, I'm going to do one, then the rest I'm not going to do that one. So let's look at that one. Everything that I said a times a is what? A squared. So let me write my a squared here. I'm going to take this one, my a squared is like this. Let me just remove this and put a there. So this is my a squared for the first one, a times a, né? Good. Then a times b is what? ab. So we have plus ab. Okay, then the next one, which one are we supposed to multiply? Minus b times a. What would that give you? Minus a. Then the last one, minus b times b. What would that give you? Minus b squared. So we have our b squared. So this is our b squared. I'm going to change the a to b. Alright. Yeah, so we have our b squared. So this is the first expansion. We are trying to expand this. Okay. Then the next one is this one. Let me go back to this one. This ab is what? Minus b times a, ne? You may be tempted to write minus b, or you may be tempted to write minus ba. If you write it that way, you are not wrong, because minus ab is the same as minus ba. Alright. Okay, so here, if you check a squared, does it have a like term? No, there's no like term. So let me bring it down. So I have this. Then we are going to look at minus ab minus ab. Remember I told you, even though we don't see anything here, there is one here. So what do? Use your pencil to write one here and one here. Are we together? Then 1 minus 1 is what? 0. Is that okay? So 1ab minus 1ab is also what? 0. Are we together? So here we are not going to write that one. What is left? Minus b. Where is my minus? So I'm going to have my minus b squared. It will remain with only this one. So we have our minus b. Are we together? So this gives us this one. Now, when you have this is what we call difference of two squares. Alright. If you have this way, if you factorize, you are going to get this. So we call this difference of what? Two squares. So anytime I have a minus b, a plus b, you don't have to go through all this long step. You write a squared, alright, minus b squared. We are going to do another example. We'll not go through all this long expansion. We'll write it using the shortest method, alright, which is the difference of two squared. Okay, now if I have, it doesn't matter where the plus is. Now you see that this one, the minus was here and the plus is here. This, the minus and the plus is here, minus is here. It's the same thing. Alright, so if I have a plus b, a minus b, all that you need to write is you write one of the a, so a squared minus the b, b squared. A squared is what? This one, a squared. B squared is what? B squared. Let me repeat. If I have a plus b, a minus b, what is it going to be? Into bracket a squared minus bracket b squared. So it's going to give us a squared minus b squared. Alright, let's do another one. It's easy. It's easy. Difference of two squares. Now if I have a plus 3, a minus 3, what is it going to be? A into brackets all squared minus 3 into brackets all squared. Is it the first one? A, B, B, A, 3 minus 3. So a squared is going to give us a squared minus 3 squared is what? 9. Let's press that on the calculator and see.
All the demons, I crush you today.
So I'm going to have 3 squared. What should that give me? 9. Have you seen? You see the squared? I press this one without pressing this, even though we can use this one to also press. Alright, okay, now let's move on to the next one. X minus 4, x plus 4. How are you going to write it? X into bracket squared minus 4 into bracket squared. It doesn't matter whether the plus starts or it ends. So here is plus minus, this minus plus. Use the same method. So x squared is what? X squared. This must be x. 4 squared is what? 16. If you are not sure, we press 4 squared. What does it give you? 16. Write your 16 nicely here. Are we together? Okay, let's move on to the next one. We have 2x minus 5, 2x plus 5. Oh, this time, how is it going to be? Into brackets, our a here is what? 2x. So into bracket 2x all squared minus 5 all squared. Okay, now this square affect these two, and it also affect the x. So I'm going to have 2 squared, and 2 squared is what? 4. Let's check. How do you press 2 squared? 2 squared. We have our 4. You write your 4. What do you think this side is going to be? Is it supposed to be a? No, it's supposed to be what? X. Why? Because this is x. So this 2 squared affect this x. This 2 squared or this square affect these two? Hello, this square affect these two, it also affect the x. So we are going to get 4x squared. Alright, minus 5 squared is what? 25. How do we do that? Let's move this to this side and put 5 here. Have you seen? Without deleting, né? So I have, no, it's supposed to be 5, not 25. Good, it's 5. You see, I've deleted it. Only the 2. Now I have 25. Are we together? Good. Let's move on to our next one. 3x minus 6, 3x plus 6. How do we answer this? So this is our 3x all into bracket squared minus 6 all squared. So 3 squared, what is it going to give us? 9. X squared, is it supposed to be 8? No, it's supposed to be what? X. Are we together? So 6 squared, what is it going to give us? 36. Let's check on our calculator. Oh, we move this one, then 6, né? So 6 is going to give us what? 36. Okay. I want you to you pause the video, then you copy this. I hope you are copying everything that we are discussing today. Now you do this homework for me. Pause the video. I'm gonna bring it down here. So you do this homework for me. Okay. Then we are continuing with the next one. We are moving a little bit higher, because we are the best, we need to move higher. The sky should be our limit. Okay, so here this time we have x exponent b instead of 2 or whatever, exponent b minus 7, x exponent b plus 7. What is it going to be? X exponent b all squared minus 7 exponent 2. So remember, these two affect the b. Alright, so it's going to multiply the b. So we are going to get x2b. Remember, when we started with algebra, we said the conversion, you don't write it b2, but you write it what? 2b, 3b, 3a, etc. You don't write a3, a4, no. It's 4a. Then minus 7 squared. 7 squared is what? 49. Let's work with our calculator. What do we do? Move it. 7. It gives us what? 49. Okay. The next question. Let's look at the next question. Our next question is also hallelujah. It's so easy. X to the power b minus 2, x to the power b plus 2. Into brackets, you are going to have what? X to the power b squared. Then we'll have x to the power 2b. Why? B times 2 is what? 2b minus 2 squared. 2 squared is what? 4. Okay. Let's move on. We have x to the power b plus 3, x to the power b minus 3, difference of 2 squares. So what are we going to do? X to the power b all squared minus 3 to the power 2. And this one, what is it going to give us? 2b minus 3 squared is what? 9. Okay. Then x to the power b minus 4, x to the power b plus 4. What is it going to give us? x to the power b squared minus 4 squared. So this is going to give us 2b minus 16. I want you to do this work for me, this homework. I wish you all the best. Bye.